What was ruined because too many people started doing it. I live in an apartment complex right next to the university. I'm originally from a more rural area, where we frequently had bonfires. My apartment complex has a little fire pit, so I bought some firewood for a taste of home. Every few weeks, I had a few people over and we had a small fire. It was cool. Nobody was rowdy, we only burned wood, and we always cleaned up after ourselves. My neighbors eventually caught on to the fun and started having their own fires. Over time, the fire pit grew in popularity, until someone was having a fire just about every weekend. Trash was being left all over the place, beer bottles were tossed into the ashes, and noise became an issue. It escalated to the point that college students were coming over from their dorms, throwing decent-sized parties, and even burning furniture. The police were called one too many times, and now the fire pit is filled in. There was this secret man-made waterfall in my hometown, and it was pretty unknown. I brought a friend there, showed her how to get around the fences, and pretty soon she brought everyone she knew there. They started destroying shit, leaving trash. Now it has a higher and more secure fence. Driving to work early. I used to do it, but now it's the same as morning rush hour. Edit, for anyone wondering, I'm in Michigan, and I am on the road by 5:45 am. This is why I drive to work late. I actually do this too, leave after rush hour and just work a bit later. No one at my work seems to mind. When I was at school, the shop across the road from the bus stop I got off of to go home had a small hot food section. Things like sausage rolls, pasties and burgers all cooked that day. By the time I got off the bus, they gave this stuff away for free as it was deemed past its best. For months I went in, had a nice chat with the staff and got something if there was something left. This was until my brother saw me eating a sausage roll and I told him, do not under any circumstances tell people about this. Well, 1 week later they had to stop doing it, as my brother had told ducking everyone, and 30 people a day charged into this tiny shop begging for free stuff. Edit, just to clarify, my brother is an asshole but not overly malicious. Certainly no more so that I am to him. This one little neighborhood restaurant my wife and I used to like to go to, it had great food, great service, and a quaint, relaxing ambience. Then it appeared on diners, drive-ins, and dives with Guy Fieri, and now the place is always busy and the service sucks, and the food isn't as good anymore. I used to go to the bakery on Cake Boss about once a week with my girlfriend. We would grab like a cupcake or brownie or a pastry or something and split it. At first I thought it was cool that they were making a TV show about it. By the end of the first season, there was a 2-hour line to get in. We hardly ever went back, maybe if we walked by at an off time and the line was super short we would go in, but it just got too crazy. Surprised that nobody has said eBay. There was a time when you could get genuine bargains. Now it's just a less practical version of Amazon. I bought an item recently from eBay that was $15 on eBay, but $12 on Amazon. I don't have Prime and couldn't be bothered to try to meet their minimum, so I just paid the extra and bought it on eBay. The item arrived in 2 days in Amazon branded packaging, even with an invoice from Amazon inside. The seller just takes your money and buys the item for you as a gift using his Amazon Prime account. So yes, a less practical version of Amazon. Allergy safety. Too many people are stating allergies to things they just do not like. Restaurants are catching on. I recently ordered a drink, asking that no pineapple goes into it due to an allergy. I, luckily do not have an anaphylactic reaction to pineapple, but I do start vomiting with extreme stomach pain. Then after emptying my stomach I get lethargic. They bring me the drink, I drank some of it. Had to run to the bathroom. They told my husband, but you can't even taste the pineapple. Thanks for ruining my birthday. Edit to add that I ordered an Alabama Slammer, which typically does not have pineapple juice. I found out that bars switch up pineapple and OJ often, so I usually tell them about my allergy and ask what is in the drink. Buying storage auctions. I've bought them for 25 years. It used to be that you could buy them for a reasonable price. You might even make a little. After the popular TV shows, there are too many people thinking that every locker will have hidden cash or jewelry. It is rare that you find something hidden of great value. I've quit buying them until the craze dies down. My family has a self-storage business, and those shows have been great for us. Before, units wouldn't sell at auction and we'd have to pay someone to clean them out. Now we get hundreds of dollars for complete junk. There's a reason people don't come back for their stuff. It's not worth anything. Going to the gym at 1 AM. I just wanted the whole place to myself. I too go to a 24-hour gym. Are you telling me that it's actually busy at 1 AM? Every time I go to the gym there's this guy, calls himself Ego. Always hogs the equipment I want to use and shows off by putting on more weight than I can properly lift. I've tried going on different times, but he's always there, hitting on women and being just obnoxious. The gym just ain't big enough for the two of us. Hiking at a certain state park near me. Trash everywhere, trailer roaded, switchbacks ignored, greenery trampled, dog shit everywhere. Now I don't tell anyone where the good trails are. I ducking hate people that litter. I have to bring trash bags with me when I go fishing because jackasses just throw their shit all over the place. You're polluting the river, killing my fish, and you're gonna get the whole closed donkheads. Edit. Thanks for my first gold. I don't feel I deserve it for just trying my best to be a decent human being. Yeah, me too. I went to this really secluded cliff jumping spot this summer in BC. My buddy and I chilled and swam for a few hours, and picked up half a garbage bag of garbage before we left. Mother duckers. Rule 1. Never share a hidden gem. Not with a friend, or family member. Hell, maybe not even your dog who you think can keep a secret. At work I have a hidden bathroom. It's on a floor of the building that shuts down at 3 PM. I happen to know the elevator code being IT and all, and I work 1 PM to 9 PM usually. That means any shit I have to take I get a whole building floor to shit in. In peace, in a super clean luxury bathroom. Definitely drones. I used to be able to fly in national parks, until it was quickly outlawed because lots of people were doing it, but also being very obnoxious with it. One by one, idiots just kept making the news by doing things they definitely shouldn't have been doing with drones. Sooner or later, I had to get mine registered. Now there's all kinds of restrictions and limitations, and it just makes it so frustrating to even bother anymore. GPU marketing. The boom of cryptocurrencies ruined it so much that every online shop has been out of stock for several months, raising the price of graphic cards by a lot. I was trying to build a PC 3 months ago, and they were so overpriced that I had to spend at least €300 more. LL Bean return policy and lifetime warranty on things that gets abused. This was the one I was looking for. Truly a shame people had to get that greedy. I mean, I know Reddit is a lot of people, and I'm not singling you out at all, but the life hack of buying LL Bean stuff at garage sales and flipping it with the company for new shit was a staple of those AskReddit threads. So it's not surprising really. Fidget Spinners. I am a teacher and instantly realized there were a few kids I knew that would benefit from a toy like that in class and everyday life. Then everyone else who they weren't designed for starting making them a trend that completely blew up, meaning that one kid I knew who did have one and used it as a coping mechanism got beaten up and it's stolen. He saw another kid had one and went up to him saying they have the same toy and are friends. Other kid was a asshole and beat him up because he didn't want to be seen with a boy on the spectrum. Like all trends, when they end, anyone left who would have loved and benefited from it are now behind with the times and cue derogatory terms. It's a shame. Duck that it hit home. My little brother is on the spectrum, and a lot of his behavior seems relatable because I used to be a bit like he is now. He gets bullied every day at school, so was I for a few years, but I managed pretty well and changed to schools for unrelated reasons, and even though I am still being bullied, now I just don't care anymore as it's mostly cheap jokes which I have heard plenty of times before, but he is not there yet, if he will ever be, and I try to lighten his mood when I hear he had a rough day, but sometimes he just gets on my nerve and I have to hold back, because I don't want to take away his safe spot. He likes to play Magic the Gathering, and one time there was a guy in his school who had playing cards from a similar game, so my brother went up to him and asked him if he wants to show him how it works. but this guy just laughed and took away about 200 of his cards, his favorite set, which cost him quite a bit. He went to a teacher who asked which guy was it, and then talked to him, but came back saying, he says they are his cards, I can't help you. So my brother went to this guy to get his cards back, and the guy answered if he gets them out of his hand he can keep them. So my brother tried, and was even happy to face a challenge as he didn't realize what was happening. A friend of this arsehole filmed the whole thing, and after 30 seconds of my brother trying to get his cards back, this guy just kicked him in the balls and threw the set out the window. It was raining. My brother cried, and then went to get his cards while these guys still shouted at him and filmed him while he collected all his cards from the playground. They were all wet and soaky, but he still wanted them. The next day my bigger brother and I went to the school to talk to this kid, and when we approached him, he was confused what these twice as big guys as himself were doing here. We asked him his name to confirm who he was, as we only knew him from descriptions. We asked him why he would do that, and he probably shat his pants that day cause he couldn't get out a single correct sentence. I took his backpack which was standing next to him and asked him if it was his, to which he replied yes. I opened it up, and all the belongings fell on the floor. I then emptied my water bottle in his backpack, and my brother said, if you ever touch our brother again, we will never leave you alone. 3 years later, today this guy hasn't spoken to my brother again, and even held his friends back from bullying him. None of his stuff was damaged, and we never would have done any harm to him, so it felt sweet to know our empty threat made him stop. My brother is still being bullied by plenty of people, but none of them used any physical force, but I can see him being hurt every day. I feel sorry for him. I feel rage towards his classmates. Sometimes I daydream about going to his school and just straight up hitting and kicking these little shits, but I would never follow through. Kids are the worst. YouTube. Hey, what's up guys? Yeah boy, Toots Goes coming at you with another video today. Gonna tell you how to X. Alright, we're going to get right into it, but before we do, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. That helps me out a ton and lets me make more videos like this. Also, go ahead and visit my Patreon page to access to my exclusive content and become a tutor. Hell yeah. Where my toot is at. Toot toot, it's the toot train. Ha, you guys know what's up. Also, this video is brought to you by NatureBox. Go ahead and subscribe to NatureBox for all your amazing snacking needs. This week, 5 minutes of ad read. Oh man, they are so good too. You know I've been working out at the gym a lot lately, and I love their snacks for 5 minutes of mandatory personal relationship with sponsored product. Alright, let's get down to X. 30-second how-to. That's it guys. Remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Join my Patreon and become a fellow tutor. Where my toot's at? Toot toot. Ha, you know what's up. You get some exclusive videos, only for my tutors, and get to hang out with me on Twitch. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you found this video helpful. Until next time. Tootie tootie toot. Flying at early hours and TSA pre-check. There's times where at 6 to 7 AM the pre-check line is longer than the normal line. Flying in general, a significant percentage of people have no idea how to behave in a confined space with others around. Why do people need to A. Stand 2 inches from the bag carousel, making it next to impossible for someone to casually walk up and grab their bag, and 2. Stand up immediately after the plane has landed. You're not getting off any sooner if you're the first one up. Sit down and wait. Edit. I'll clarify the second point on standing up. The people who have said they stand because their back is tight or they're cramped, you're 100% right. I'm referring to the people that stand up and then try to push their way through the line or aisle, or are trying to grab their bag from the overhead. They can cool it.